Today, I just want to have a special thanks to my friends Ari Neiman and Lydia Brown today because today Autism Speaks spoke out in Washington D.C. without any autistic representation on their so-called call to action thing, which is more fear-mongering, bias, and lying about how autism is an epidemic, a burden, or a tragedy on us, while many autistics are being while many autistics are just being excluded from the conversation of autism, while there's only the parents, the neurotypical parents like Bob and Suzanne Wright, and doctors and therapists who just want to eradicate, who just want to use their pseudoscientific drugs and treatments to do more harm than benefit towards autistic people. But what I was saying earlier is that earlier this week, like yesterday, the Judge Rottenberg Autism Speaks now added the Judge Rottenberg Center to their list of resources, which is just which is just which just makes the situation even worse with how we regard with the way they treat autistic people, because the Judge Rottenberg Center is just demonizing and so sickening to my stomach. I mean, they've been responsible for some of the worst treatments of autistic people, and now with the use of electric shock treatment, using aversion jackets to torture autistic people. I mean, were killed at that. 5 people were killed in that area thanks to their unethical practices, which is just so sad about how they treat disabled people and autistics too. It's just horrifying. Just look them up on Google, and you'll see stories about why so many disabled activists are against them. Autism Speaks plus Judge Rottenberg Center just equals the worst type of treatment, or worst treatment that autistics are receiving these days, and that's just so sad when you have a company that excludes disabled people, and a company that excludes with like autism. I'm sorry about that. What I was saying was that was Autism Speaks, a company that excludes autistic people from anything and just wanting to find a cure, plus the Judge Rottenberg Center's unethical holy treatment equals the worst combination for autistics anywhere, because those two companies alone will have to mangle with autistics, and that's just really sad. But I just want to thank Ari Neiman and Lydia Brown for staging a protest at D.C. today against Autism Speaks. This is call to action against autism today, and I'm proud of those two for setting this up, because it really means a lot to the autistic community to understand that autistic people are not burdens or tragedies on society, and that autism does not need to be cured. Because without these two, we would be not only without these two. I probably would have had a lot of fear mongering from my parents and a lot of dread from them about who's going to take care of me, about what's going to happen, because that shouldn't even be happening at all, because dread and fear do nothing to help autistic people. Because if you sit around wallowing and doing that, that's just going to make you look so weak. And not only that, your autistic child is just not, there's not going to be any progress for your autistic child. And being autistic, you need progress, and that's one of the most important things in life. But okay, what was I gonna say? And I also want to thank John Elder Robinson, who is the last remaining autistic member at Autism Speaks, for finally resigning and realizing the real truth about Autism Speaks, about their fear, about their exclusion of autistic people, and not only that, And not only that, he finally woke up and realized that Autism Speaks is now demonizing the life of autistics, and now he's resigned from their board of direct from their scientific and treatment board, and this is a really good thing because now he's going to realize that he's going to start staging protesting against Autism Speaks now, probably alongside Ari, Lydia, and other famous autistic advocates like Sharon Davenport or Paula Durbin C. Westby. So this is a really good day in the autistic community that he's had a really strong protest against Autism Speaks, and John Elder Robinson finally resigned, and I myself used to be a supporter of Autism Speaks, and without Ari, Lydia, and other autistic self-advocates, I probably would have given into the fear-mongering lies. I probably would have given the medication and drugs, or I probably would have been forced into my parents. Probably be forced by my parents to take medication and drugs, and being forced to many therapists and doctors, and making me think that I'm incapable of anything. And this is good because now I understood about this wake-up call about autism not being a tragic thing and not being an illness. And I really thank the autistic community that helps stand up against Autism Speaks against their fear-mongering agenda and their pity towards us, and also their exclusion. Thank you very much, and thank you, Ari and Lydia, and John Elder Robinson too. Take care, y'all. Bye.